Hi, good morning, everyone. Hope all of you having a fantastic day, and welcome to the today's session. Today, I want to talk about a little bit about the focus and how shifting your focus to the specific things what you want to achieve during the day can help you, and what are the distractions that we are going around as we speak nowadays. Now, ask yourself when you get up in the first thing in the morning, are you looking at your phone? First thing, I mean, when you get up, and then some of you who don't do that, I'm sure that you're in a great position. But many of us that the first thing you get up, you, you watch your phone. What are the notifications you got, and what are the messages you got? I mean, from the sleeping from the previous night. Either ways, I think some of us spend a lot of time in a social media before we go to sleep, which we should be avoiding, as I had mentioned in the last video. However, that 7 hours, 8 years, if properly you can sleep, the first thing you get up in the morning, you see the phone. That is something you should be avoided. There are chances you might get good messages. There are chances you might see some sad news around around you know whatever the communications you are in touch with. Could be social media, many platforms which I don't want to name it. But if you see that, and that is the day how you want to start. If you have some sad messages, say, looking at the messages like, there is some bomb blast happen, there is an accident here and some people died, and those are the notifications you should please avoid. And most important thing, that the first thing when you get up in the morning, you shouldn't be even touching your phone, at least for an hour or two, if you can do that. Um, so then when the day goes by, how many notifications, suppose you reach to your work, how many notifications and things distract you in less than 10 minutes? And suppose you are focusing on your specific thing that you want to achieve for the day. Maybe there are 5 6 tasks you want to achieve, but each and every now and then, if you're getting like every 2 minutes, and then automatically our eyes goes to the phone, and we look at it, what happened, and then maybe again I said that kind of a messages can distract you, whether it's a good, bad, happy moments or whatever it is. So avoiding those traps is most important thing. I mean, it's very funny that um, sometimes we attend a meeting, say, and say head of the department, it's about 10 people sitting in a meeting room, and maybe there are certain objectives or things that you should be discussing in your meetings, but look around you, and at least I would say 6 7 of them are watching their phones. For what? I mean, you you are spending a meeting, the dedication of half an hour, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. It should not be more than 15 minutes. However, but even that reaches in that 15 minutes, and then everyone watching the phones rather than looking at and focusing on what they need to be planning for the day. That, I mean, I have seen that. I mean, that's pretty much happens. I'm not saying everywhere, but then those who is not doing that, I'm sure that you're in a great place. But um, you know, uh, eventually, you'll figure it out. From the 8 hours or 9 hours you are spending at work, and just recall yourself and see how many times your eyes has to go on your phone. I'm not specifically talking about the things that you need to call and speak is a different thing. Then other than the regular work purposes things, that you should be using your phone for productive things rather than being in a different platforms of the social media and look at it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be looking at the social platforms, but then time yourself. Say after you get up, maybe in the morning before you start, just to see what you had to catch up. Maybe there are some messages you need to follow up, XYZ. But then maybe at the time of lunch, probably it's a good time to review and say hi, hello to everyone and see what's happening around you. And then evening sometimes. So giving yourself at least 3 to 4 hours a gap, particularly when you're doing any project or at work or your business or any services which you're doing it. I mean, if your business is involved pretty much into the social media, which is different, but any other thing, I don't think that out of 100 people, probably 90 people are watching what's happening around on the social media rather than creating or generating incomes through the social medias. So that is important thing. So that for our productivity, we have to make sure that we focus on what you want to achieve, and use the technology. The technology is an amazing tool what we have in our hands today. Use that for you to develop rather than you becoming addicted to the phone. And most of the time, I'm asking only one question out of 8 hours, 9 hours during your work, business, services what you're providing. How long you're watching your phone? What is it giving you? Is it distracting you from the things what you want to achieve? Even the 2, 3 specific or 4, 5 specific objectives you want to achieve for the work. At the end of the day, you feel like, oh, I didn't have much time. I didn't do much because pretty much you are getting distracted each and every second. So that is something that you should always focus, irrespective which are the roles you are in, which are position you are in, something that you need to look yourself and analyze how long you're spending your day, particularly when you're focusing on achieving something. When you have a free day, do as you wish. Still suggested to not to go, very often on a social media. Rather, I would suggest, pick one book and read. If you have a 150 pages book, even if you read that 15 minutes, say a couple of pages, pretty much, less than a month, you will be having some knowledge about that specific book, which is something you never know before. So, those things is very important for you to develop as a person. So my sincere suggestion is don't get addicted to the phones. Use your technology, which are the platforms you are in for you to develop in many ways. There are so many videos that you can watch in specific area where you want to interest things, and avoid looking at the phone each and every second. Particularly avoid going to the bed with don't hold the phone and fall asleep in a social media, and then you first thing you get up in the morning again you're going to watch your phone. Pretty much there is nothing much you can achieve. But timing yourself, using the technology for you better, and focusing on your specific daily objectives without any distractions will help you. I'm sure if someone really want to reach you, they can reach you through the phone, voicemail, talk nicely. You don't need to leave a message on WhatsApp, and then if someone is expecting you to respond as and when, and then you keep watching that, then pretty much they need to understand how that organization works, because that's not the way you should be working. Definitely, because then productivity, though you're using for the work purposes, probably the productivity of that particular employee will definitely go down. And so that's my suggestion for the today. And I wish you all have a wonderful day. Give yourself a timing, say for 1 week, and see your productivity, how you can see yourself and achieve the things. Be good, do good, and influence the people around you. Thank you very much for joining me today's session. Thank you.